5 in the morning, and Greg and I are up to go try to find a sunrise. So Greg and I decided to climb up to the cathedral here in Kutaisi this morning. We got a long day ahead, and the truth is we probably didn't need to get up to shoot a sunrise because we have such a long day ahead of us. But we couldn't resist. This is Bagratti's Cathedral apparently, and it is amazing. And the views up here look phenomenal. We're catching the last little bit of blue hour. Gonna try to get a photo or two of it, and then hopefully we'll get a nice sunrise. So when I come to places like this, I try to get the big open shot out of the way first. The big shot of the cathedral, the obvious shot. The light's nice that way, so I'm gonna get that shot. But I couldn't resist coming over here and checking out this arch because I love a good framed shot. And just as I'd hoped, this tower is framed perfectly by the wall here. I don't know if the perspective of everything's gonna line up with the camera, but it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna remember this and come back to it, but I do wanna get this big overview shot out of the way. So I'm gonna line something up. So I think I got my sunrise frame figured out here. I'm probably gonna come back to this. I'm gonna shoot it now just in case, but I think if the sunrise happens and we get nice light coming up and kissing some of these clouds, this would be a nice photo just before sunrise or just at sunrise. I've got the cross that's in the front lawn here, framed up with the church and the tower, and then these, I think they're cypress trees or these trees over here. But that shot that I saw earlier, that framed shot with the tower in the background, I think that only works in blue hour right now. So I'm gonna leave this and then I'm gonna go over and get that shot right now as well. So this actually works even better than I thought. I thought there was one photo here. I thought there was one photo just of the framed tower with the bench in the foreground. But as I got in here and started playing around with some really, really wide stuff, I found some cool stuff. And I think a lot of you guys have been talking about things like, oh, you need a tilt shift, and even I would like a tilt shift, but I think sometimes it's fun to play with distortions. You don't always have to have all the lines straight all the time. You can make shots work even with twisted, distorted lines. It can sometimes look fun. I like the bent look every now and then. I like when buildings lean a little bit. It adds its own special character to images, and I do like it. So don't be afraid to play with those things. Don't worry too much about what traditionalists say in that every line has to be perfectly lined up and everything has to be perfectly straight. Play with things. If it looks cool, shoot it. That's the rule. So I'm playing with some distortions, and I'm playing with some really, really wide images in here, and yes, the lines don't line up, but I think it's coming out cool, and that's the important thing. Do the images look cool? If the answer is yes, then shoot it. I feel like I haven't been getting any luck at all with the light lately. Right now on the church, just the blandest light in history. But that way, there's just unreal light hitting the clouds. There's cloud fire. It's amazing. I think Greg's over that way shooting some time lapse, so you'll see it. But right in this scene, there's just nothing happening in the sky at all. Yeah, I think maybe I'm done shooting this morning and ready for our road trip to Ushguli. So check that, I'm not done yet. We just walked along the wall. Greg's over here doing some flying of the drone. And this light is so good, or was so good up until about a split second ago, that you just have to shoot it. So I busted out the 100 to 400, and I'm going really long because there is a cathedral in the background, there's a river in the foreground, and it all just has this beautiful balance with the hills in the background. And this came out really well. I think in total this morning I got 3 photos, or maybe even 4 photos, and you definitely can't complain about that. I don't know if you can tell, that way I thought it was cloud. It's mountains, it's hills. And I think Ushguli's probably that way. So we got a long drive ahead of us today. We basically have to wrap around the entire country to get up to the road into Ushguli. So I think 6 hours of driving coming up. So after some fairly busy highway driving on some pretty narrow roads to basically get to, I guess, the coast, we then wrapped around and we started heading north into the mountains. And it is just unreal here. This valley is straight down, looks about 400 meters or so. I'm gonna run over to this cliff edge to try to get you guys a better view, but it is epic here. Absolutely, whew, absolutely epic. We're in Mestia or Mestia. We don't know what anything is called or pronounced, but it's epic. And this place, this drive was amazing. This town is unbelievable. Big snow-capped mountains everywhere, a cool vibe, these old towers. And we're gonna get some lunch and then continue the drive. But so far, just amazing. So normally when I travel the country for as long as we've been in Georgia, we've almost been 3 weeks now, I kind of get sick of the food really quickly, and then I end up eating sushi all the time or cooking my own food or whatever. That's a lie. I don't cook. Okay, I don't cook, but you get the idea. I get sick of the food and I start looking for, you know, Asian food or Western food or just whatever's not there. It hasn't happened in Georgia at all. And I think part of it is the way we eat here and the way they eat here. It's a lot of sharing courses. You don't just get one dish that's on your plate. You get a bunch of stuff and then share it around. So first course is like some mushrooms, stewed mushrooms. Second course is beans in a pot with walnuts. The third dish is something we haven't tried before, but Jody loves mashed potatoes. I hate potatoes in general. I think they're a waste of vegetable. But you got mashed potatoes with cheese, and it's basically just cheese. And the last dish that we're having is, we don't know what it is. It's chicken in a pot. And everything has been just amazing. So delicious. we're pushing to Ushguli. So I'm expecting some bumps, and I'm expecting some beautiful scenery. Let's hit the road. So we made it to Ushguli. That was epic, the drive. At first we were like, it's not so bad. And then like the last 7-8 miles, terrifying. But this place is special. You probably can't see it behind me, but there's all these towers everywhere in this old town and huge peaks in the background. It's gonna be unbelievable. We're at our guest house and we just rocked up to the guest house and they're like, sorry, we don't have rooms for you, but we booked like way in advance. They've just given our rooms to people that have just rocked up. So we're kind of like having a bit of a discussion about where we're sleeping tonight, because if everything's booked up, even though we booked a place, it'd be an issue. But I don't think it will be. We'll sort it out. And yeah, I'm gonna end today's video actually. I'm gonna end it today and I'm going to start a new video right now, just because I feel like this one's gonna be really, really long if I carry on to sunset shoot. So I'm ending this. Be sure to check in, subscribe, and you'll see tonight's sunset tomorrow on tomorrow's episode. So I guess I'll see you there. Peace.